Okay. I'm here with my buddy Grant from the Mark Society. He has 3 shops, one in Stockbridge, one in Fayetteville, and one in Locust Grove. And I've been coming up here for a while, getting tattooed, talking to this man. He has everything from tattoo shops to conventions, so he's been really well known in the community of tattoos. So we're just going to have a conversation and have a good time.
Yep.
So how do you feel like you've improved the tattoo community even though you don't get tattooed?
Well, I've got 3 nice shops that people can come to. Everything's super clean, nobody's on drugs, nobody's drinking, and it makes people comfortable to come in and get work, and we're super friendly. That's the big thing. Most shops you go into, it seems like they're just in a rush. They just want to figure out what you want and get it done. We try to talk to people and get everything figured out, put you with the right artist, and make you feel comfortable.
Yes, this man pays attention to his craft too, because I remember one day I was in here and somebody was talking about how they did a tattoo, and you said you weren't going to post it because you really pay attention to craft and what they're doing. So, with the 3 shops, what is the number one thing that people misunderstand about you when they first meet you? What is the number one thing they first misunderstand, and how did your tattoos improve the interaction, and how do you change their perspective?
Well, back in the day, it was way different. People would see us heavily tattooed, and they would always think, well, this guy was in prison or in jail or something, in which I never was. And but nowadays, it works to my advantage, because everywhere I go, people come up to me and they're like, hey, do you tattoo? And I'm like, no, but I own 3 shops. And next thing you know, after I've talked to them, they'll end up in the shop getting tattooed, so it works out good. I'm like the walking billboard.
Yes, can you flip that for me?
Sure can.
How do you feel you positively impacted the tattoo community because you've been in it? Like, how do you feel like you positively impacted the tattoo community?
Well, once again, I got 3 nice shops that I've opened that people can come to, and they're comfortable. So that makes me feel good when I hear people say, hey, I'll tell you this story. I've had several husbands come in and they tell me, my wife can come to the Mark Society while I'm at work, and I have no problem with it because I know she'll be treated right. So that makes me feel good to hear stuff like that.
Okay. Oh, how do you think owning 3 shops has made you a better person and it impacted you to keep people positive?
I guess over the years, talking with all the awesome clients, and it's taught me to be patient, because not everybody knows everything like we do about tattooing. So I've learned over the years, like, I just got to stop and listen to people. And that's helped me out so much just in life. Just listen to people, see what they got going on, and try to help them out the best I can.
Yeah, and I will say that every time I come in here to get tattooed, all the artists are nice, and I feel like I've known them forever. I got tattooed by Brian on my arm, and I felt like I was talking to one of my brothers, and they even went to the next extent and even picked me up. They had 2 artists pick me up and put me on the table because we had to get my arm tattooed, and I was a little concerned about how that was going to go and if he was going to be willing to do it, because you don't meet, not that tattoo artists are mean, but a lot of them are kind of like arrogant sometimes because I deal with a lot of stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
So I was a little concerned about that, but I knew that with it being the Mark Society and the kind of artists you have and the people that come in out, I knew they wouldn't have a problem with doing it.
Oh, I'm so lucky, man. Everybody that works for me is just super nice, and I couldn't ask for better crews.
Yeah, he got the best crew out. Can you flip that?
Sure can.
What do you try to keep your artists? How do you keep them going and keep their craft going and teach them every day? And what have you learned from being in the tattoo industry?
Well, I just try to be positive. That's the biggest thing. A lot of shop owners, not all, but a lot of them are negative, and they're just too worried about the money. I try to come in and be positive and keep everybody upbeat and talk to them about what they're drawing and what they've got coming up on the next week or 2, and just try to help them out the best I can.
That's awesome. So having tattoo conventions and doing all that, what's the hardest part of making them comfortable to people and make them appealing to people?
Making it appealing to people is easy. I'll tell you, the hardest part about doing tattoo conventions is getting artists to turn in the paperwork. It is every tattoo artist that puts on shows that I talk with, They're like, that is the number one thing, is just trying to get these artists to take a minute to fill out the paperwork and send it to us. That's the hardest thing. It's easy getting people to come out to them. All you got to do is get good artists and good vendors and advertise right, and people will show up.
So speaking of tattoo conventions, what is something you could tell the people if they wanted to get tattooed at a convention, and what's something they could do to make it easier?
The best thing to do is when I put on shows, I put up all the artists way before time. So if you see somebody you like, you can click on the page, usually their Instagram, and go to their page, send them a message, and that way you talk back and forth with them and get it set up.
That's awesome. Can you flip the page? What is the main thing you do on a daily basis to impact people and keep them positive?
Like with my artists and piercers and stuff, I just try to come in, like I said before, try to always be in a good mood and talk to them, see what they got going on that day. Just try to be interested in what they got going on. So many shop owners are worried about the money and all that, and that's nice and all, but I like to try to help them out and see what they got going on, and I think that works best for what we do.
That's awesome. So how do you possibly impact your clients that come in?
I just listen to them. That's my biggest thing, is just, I've learned over the years, just let the client talk. Some might be going through stuff, some might not be, but I just listen to them, and after I hear everything they have to say, I know which artist to put them with that's going to do what they want the best.
That's awesome. Can you flip the page?
Yep.
Oh, what is the most rewarding part of owning 3 shops and being in the tattoo industry?
I guess, just hearing from everybody how comfortable they are coming here and how they enjoyed the artists and the piercers and the counter help. Everybody, they just love coming here, and they love how clean and friendly everybody is. So that makes me feel good.
Yes.
To be able to give the local people somewhere they can go and feel comfortable.
Okay. That's all my questions, but I will say that's one thing I love about this shop, and that's why I encourage people to come in, is because it's so nice and friendly and clean. And like I said, everybody is never in a bad mood here. If they're probably in a bad mood, but you need to go to the break room, calm down for a second, because we got to bring people in here. We got to get that tattoo going on.
Yeah, I tell everybody that works for me, I'm like, if you wake up and you're having a bad day, I would rather you call your client and reschedule than come in here in a bad mood and not do good work.
Yes,
so I try to, not everybody's going to be happy every day and have the best days. So if they're going through something, I'd rather them stay at home and come back in when they're ready and do good tattoos.
And that's why Grant is the most awesome tattoo shop owner.
I appreciate it, brother.
That's why you need to be in here and check out some of his events, because he got all that good stuff going on.
I appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you.